currently 11:15 at night. Apparently we have to have this cooling thing for the def injector. Well, we're down here trying to look at corn today. Gonna try to at least. Our old buddy's Alliance tractor got bought out by Sloan, so I got some Sloan hats now. I did steal me the last couple of them Alliance tractor hats, so anyways, we're gonna come down here, we're gonna look around a little bit, see what we see. I know we have some beans up, should be right here. They should be up by now. Poking through a little bit. It rained quite a bit last night. Now Ross is calling me again, so down here we was hoping for this little bit of rain that we had last night. We had about probably 6 tenths down here, 5-6 tenths down here, and we was hoping for it because we had a crust over the top of the ground that we'd planted, so it wasn't letting anything come up. So I'm hoping that whenever I pull up here on this cornfield that's right up the road here in a minute, that I see corn up, you know, just barely poking out. That's about what it'll be right now. It ain't gonna be too terribly tall, but we'll see what happens. So yeah, anyways, we're a little over halfway done with planting. We've really been hammering away, been getting along pretty well, so that's a good sign. Oh my, looks like that. No, they ain't fixed it yet. So this field I don't think will be up yet. This is planted about 3 or 4 days ago. It might be poking out barely. I almost guarantee you that this is, though. Yeah, you can see it. She's up. She's poking through. This is so exciting. This is my favorite time of the year. Getting to look at corn. Yep, we're up. It's actually pretty dry down here compared to what I thought it'd be. It has been very exceptionally dry down here. This whole entire kind of area here has missed all the rains, so everybody down here is almost done planting too. Ooh, my rows are a little off there. And tell where that planter turned around at. Stuff's like a hard pack down here. Just packs down real easy, especially right here on the sand ridge. Let's see now. Let's find the tractor tires. Right there. So what I'm looking at now is I really want to look at where center frame of the planter was and the center tractor was, and see if Ross ran anything over, which of course he did. Where is it? So whenever we was down here running, we was running with no air in the tires basically, so kind of hoping that you see a little bit of something. I think I'm gonna have to go up to the next field. Right here. Nope, that ain't it either. Maybe it is. I'm gonna go up the road and look. There was a lot of driving right through here because of this irrigation, having to get around it. So I'm gonna go up there that next field where there isn't an irrigation. Also, my work truck here, it's got a check engine light on it because apparently we have to have this cooling thing for the def injector. And of course, you know me, of course, whenever they got hung up the other day, shoved it up into the drive shaft and wrapped the coolant line up around the drive shaft. How I hadn't done that yet, I don't know, but whatever. It's got a warranty on it, so it's going to the dealer tomorrow morning. It's gonna be a long day without my pickup. So wheat's heading out. It's another thing I was down here for. We're looking to see if we can spray it or not. See how wet it is, but it's obviously a little wet down here. Compared to what I'd like to see it sprayed at, it's a little wet. So it's looking like it might have to wait. Oh, and then these handy dandy little sensors here, you know, they go in the seed tube on the ExactEmerge planter. For some reason they've updated them in the new planters, and this little tab right here breaks off. So if you guys are having problems with connectivity to these sensors, that's what it is. Them are breaking off. We've replaced about 4 of them. They're 800 bucks a piece, and Deere will not buy the old ones back, so they can put a new clip on it. It's great. Little riser. No, it's a little wet. I'd say about 4 or 5 o'clock. I'd say Ross will come down here and spray a little bit. Hopefully, that's the plan at least. And hopefully we'll be able to get this wheat sprayed. Really, yesterday and today is about the perfect timing. We got a little bit of it sprayed yesterday, but not all of it. And then tomorrow is okay, but you're just a little late. We're putting on a head scab application, which we're trying to prevent head scab. So it's pretty important to get it on there so we have a wheat crop. But this is an oil road, in case you guys was wondering. Ain't even supposed to be ours to take care of, and they don't take care of it, obviously. It looks like there's a different variety of wheat out there. I wonder what that's from. Could be a different nitrogen thing too. It's hard telling. Too many different things. Two-wheel drive. I bet that's a different variety right there. But Ross came back with something different. Huh. Well, anyways, I gotta go back to the farm. I got a couple phone calls to make too. Yay. Well, we're back again for the last probably about 2 weeks. Done nothing but sprinkle and rain a little bit here and there, you know, off and on, whatnot. Anyways, right now we're expecting a pretty good sized storm. We probably could have planted today. We planted a little bit last night, and that's about all that we've done for about the last 2 weeks. Up at Robinson, it hasn't been necessarily wet, but more or less what's going on up there is it just keeps raining. Like, I'd go up there and I'd look, oh yeah, we can go. By the time that we get there and get ready to go, it rains about 1/2 of a tenth, just enough to put it over the edge. So anyways, we've kind of been just waiting. We're calling for clear weather next week or so. So hopefully next week we'll get a good run at it again. Hopefully we'll be able to get done next week. It'd be really nice to get done before my birthday, but I don't know, we'll see what happens. But anyways, we just went and checked out the sewer over in Sumner that we put in. Seems like it's holding up now. We had a problem with it washing out. I think it got a stick stuck in front of it, and I think that's the only problem that I had with it. And that stick got stuck in front of it, and it just washed right over top of it and washed the whole entire sewer out. So this time we took and put riprap, a bunch of like the molding stuff they put down underneath, like landscaping and stuff that helps keep stuff from washing away. We put millings in it, and it did not go anywhere this time. So yeah, hopefully we'll get to plant it next week. They had an inch of rain over there last night. We had 2 tenths up at Heathville where we're trying to plant corn at last night as well, and then we had over 1/2 inch up at Robinson. So we're just kind of out of dry places to go. The rivers finally went down. If we had a little bit more sunlight today, we probably could have planted at Russellville. Emison's wet. It sat underwater for a while, so it's wet. But yeah, anyways, just nice little update there. They're working on stuff at the elevator, working at stuff around the farm, trying to fix a crossing to get back into another field so we can plant it. There was another issue that we had there. And yeah, so anyways, that's what we've been doing. Just been kind of blah, run, and then just sit around. There's nothing fun about doing that, but you guys will see in this video, I think there's a bunch of footage from planting in it, hopefully. So yeah, anyways, guess we'll just have to see what happens over the next couple days to a week. So yeah. Well, a little bit of a planting update. It's currently 11:15 at night. I got 2 passes left. I gotta be getting close to being out of seed, and I just topped off fertilizer about 20 minutes ago. But anyways, we are at Emison right now, hammering down. Yeah. So I'm gonna try and finish this field for the night and then be done. But yeah, it's been a long year. Usually we are done by now. It's currently May 21st, and we are not quite done yet. We got about another, I don't know, after I finish this field, we probably got about 1,000 acres left to plant of corn, probably about another 1,000 of beans. But it's been one of them years that has just been wet and it rains all the time. So, you know, like, apparently they're calling for rain tonight at about 4 to 5 o'clock in the morning. And whenever it's gonna rain, they say, oh yeah, you got a 50% chance. But according to the radar, everything's gonna stay north of us. We are not even in the risk zone of it this time. So I don't really know what's gonna happen, but from the sounds of it and what everybody that I've talked to has said, we aren't the only ones that's struggling with this problem. So it makes you feel a little better to know that everybody else is behind too. You know, we've been kind of spoiled for the last 4 or 5 years. Had pretty good planting weather. After 2019, we had pretty good planting weather for the next couple of years. So anyways, we're just kind of trying to get something done up here. I've only planted half of this one field, and that's about all that we could do today. Hopefully this wind keeps blowing overnight, dries out the rest of it. Jimmy's spraying over in Robinson right now on what we planted over there. We planted about 300 acres over there today. And then Augie is planting on the prison farm in Sumner. So yeah, we're trying, we're doing something, we're moving along slowly but surely. So this has been my first year run a corn planter pretty well full-time. I've planted almost every corn acre this year except for about 90 some acres. I've been running this thing non-stop, love it. This PTG system is definitely worth it. There is a couple of things that I think we need to change for next year if we can, and we'll see what happens with it. But right now what I think we need to do is we either need to get a wider tire on this tractor, or we need to go to like the 810 duals like what's on our big 9Rs. The reason I say that is because this tractor, when you're going across the field in worked ground or even cultivated ground, you're falling down in the ridges with the row crop tires. And the articulating tractor part of it does not help at all, because whenever it falls down in that ridge, it's just going off to the side a little bit. And whenever it's going off to the side a little bit, it gets your corn rows a little crooked, so they look a little wavy all the way down through there. So we'll just have to see what ends up happening here. I don't know what'll happen next year, but it's definitely something that I want to try. So just have to see. I also did add in a second monitor up there because the Xyway system was being a pain at the beginning of the year. I got the Xyway system fixed, I think, for now, until next week, but who knows. So anyways, Xyway system sitting there. It should be getting pretty close to being empty right now. I done that on purpose, so then that way it wouldn't get full, or so then that way it wouldn't get left full overnight if it rained. And then tomorrow, if we come back up here, we'll fill it up and take it off again. I didn't put too much fertilizer in it because, once again, if it got wet and we had to move to another field, you don't want to drive down the road with a whole lot of fertilizer on the frame of the planter. So kind of trying to keep it empty. And yeah, But no, if we get just a little bit of rain tomorrow or overnight, you know, if we only get about a tenth or 2/10, then Jimmy will be up here spraying tomorrow, so we'll have to get him moved here, and then we'll probably be able to plant a little bit more up here if we get lucky. I don't know, it's hard to tell him. So just have to see what happens. I mean, so much can change overnight anymore, and they don't know how to predict these big storms that are coming through right now. I don't know where they come from, because they just kind of came out of nowhere. But yeah, so anyways, that's a little bit of a planning update. We've been running like crazy, cats and dogs, running with their heads cut off. It's been a pretty long and tiresome year. Most of the time, whenever we could run, we'd run. I mean, we'd just run until we couldn't run anymore. Ran out of dry ground, got tired, whatever. So yeah, anyways, it's pretty well across the board everywhere around here. You go up a little bit farther north of us and it gets even worse. Go farther south than us and it gets even worse too. So I don't know, just have to see what happens. But we're trying to do something. Well, we missed the rain last night after I worked all night. So anyways, we're back to it again up here planting at Emison still. Just set my AV line on this field and getting ready to hammer down. We'll come up here and box off this corner and take off that way. So yeah, might have a little spot though. I gotta go back and get there. I don't know, that's a hard one to gauge, because you know, you're only going to plant about 3 to 4 rows right there. So it's like, do you go back and get it or not? I mean, it's not the whole length of the field, it's only, you know, a couple feet long, but I don't know, I guess. See how much Dad complains about in the fall.